Hi, today I want to read to you one of my most favorite pieces of poetry ever, and it's written by one of my favorite healers and teachers. I consider him my guru, although I haven't met him physically, and his name is Dr. Vasant Lad. In fact, a movie has been just made about him, and it's called The Doctor from India. So when you get a chance to watch that, I haven't yet, I'm going to read to you his poem from his book Strands of Eternity. This is his name, Vasant Lad. And this illustration, by the way, is made by him. He's so talented. I find this poem very, very inspiring every single time I read it, because it gives me the most important message of my entire life. And you will know what that is once I've read it to you. Surrender. It is often said, surrender to God. But what does it mean to surrender to God? How can we surrender to that which we do not know? In my daily living, I know my fear, I know my anger, I know my grief and my sadness. These are the burning realities in the life of every human being. It is to these daily realities that we must surrender. Surrendering to God means surrendering to your awareness, your consciousness, your experience at this very moment. And when you look into your consciousness, what's going on? In between you and God, there is a barrier of thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Just half an inch behind those emotions exists the divinity of God. But the moment you feel those emotions, you run away. You open the Bible, you read the Gita. The moment you have an emotional reaction of anxiety or anger, you try to escape the reality. God is eager to see you, but you're hidden behind your anger, fear, and insecurity. Surrender to what you're feeling. This is the only way to bridge the distance between you and God. Surrender can't be practiced. It happens now or never. When you surrender to every moment, your life becomes a celebration. Celebrate each feeling, each thought, every emotion, and your life will flow like a river. The river is born deep within the mountain. It flows through the jungles and valleys, through cities and villages, and ultimately, the river merges with the ocean. Surrender is the river that will deliver you back to the ocean of cosmic consciousness. Few heavy words there, like cosmic consciousness. But the most important word, surrender. And it has been my lesson in the last 2 months. If I was dealing with a negative emotion, I would like to police my thoughts and be like, no, well, you're not allowed to have that negative emotion, so I would hide and run away. And of course, there is a consequence for running away. And I would have symptoms that would indicate that I'm hiding from a negative emotion. And I read this poem 3 or 4 times and felt really satisfied that I do have to accept however I feel in any moment. It might be extremely negative, but if I run away from it and hide from it, nothing's going to really benefit me. In the end, I'll have to merge into my negative emotion in that moment and totally accept it. And as soon as I started to totally accept whatever emotion I had that I considered negative, the symptoms that were bothering me disappeared because I embraced whatever it was. And maybe in a few minutes, it didn't even matter that I had that. There is no point running away from whatever reality we face in each moment. We have no choice but to surrender to it. Thank you.